Previously, in the last chapter, Selena and Calcion slept together to spread rumors, but found themselves in an awkward situation upon waking up. Selena was especially embarrassed that she pretended to sleep. Afterwards, they waited for the arrival of the new guest. It was Lady Rosalind who arrived in Lenbird Kingdom. Lady Rosalind had a very beautiful face, but hides slyness and cunningness behind that face. Lady Rosalind criticized Fiona when she had just arrived, and even called Selena a wild dog for being a commoner. Rosalind also kicked Selena when they are alone, and pushed her to a corner saying to leave Duke Calcion. Selena tried to reason out with Lady Rosalind, but instead, Rosalind threatened her that she might die if she doesn't leave Calcion. At the dinner, Selena was hesitating to eat because she didn't know the table etiquette of the nobles. So in the end, she ate like a barbarian. Lady Fiona and Rosalind quickly noticed this, and started mocking Selena. Lady Rosalind told Selena that she is eating like a wild beast, while Fiona compared Selena to her pet. Out of nowhere, Selena stabbed the piece of meat in the table, and told them that she can bite them to death if she is a wild beast. Their fight lasted for a while, until Duke Calcion intervened and sided with Selena. Calcion revealed Rosalind's secret, so Rosalind had no choice but to back off, and gave the capital's letters. Duke Calcion worked until late night for the letters from the capital, until Selena entered his room in a nightdress. Selena sat down beside Calcion to also check the letters, but found herself in an awkward situation. Continuing the story, Selena found herself in an embarrassing situation, where Calcion is blushing because of her sexy and provocative nightdress, which the maids pushed onto her. His slight reddish earlobes caught her eyes. The atmosphere of the room became tense. To break the room's silence, Selena quickly tried to change the subject. Selena asked why did Calcion actively defended Selena against Lady Rosalind. Calcion replied, shifting his eyes back to the letter, that Rosalind is easier to deal with. Lady Rosalind is not someone who can officially complain about anything, unlike Fiona. And Rosalind's family rejected the engagement with Calcion first. Duke Calcion explained that the previous duchess, her mother, was greedy, and decided to arrange the marriage between her son Calcion and Thiolin's daughter Rosalind. Thiolin rejected the proposal, because Lenbird hasn't discovered the gold mines yet that time. Selena went silent before saying it might not be a grudge, but a regret. Calcion spat back roughly that he's not regretting anything at all. Calcion was having a grudge towards Lady Rosalind, because the marriage proposal was rejected. Selena clarified that Rosalind is the most beautiful lady of the most influential family. Calcion denied that it was her mother's evaluation, not his. So Selena asked his opinion. Duke Calcion told Selena that Lady Rosalind is an annoying and suspicious woman. Selena can relate. She also can't understand Rosalind's true motives for getting close to Calcion. Selena confirmed it from the previous episode she had with her. Calcion got curious about what Rosalind threatened Selena with in such short period of time. Selena told Calcion what happened, how she was dragged and warned not to get close from him. It was a ridiculous threat. Money was nothing compared to what Calcion had promised Selena. Money couldn't create a portal between two worlds and let Selena go back to her original world. However, Calcion's eyebrows slightly crept up. Selena asked him what's wrong. Calcion then revealed that the money Rosalind offered to Selena was equivalent to Lenbird's budget for 20 years. Selena felt conflicted inside. Maybe she should have just accepted it, but she also needs to return to her world. Now, they are more confused. Why would Rosalind wants the Duchess position? Thiolin family is one of the richest in the empire, even without the Lenbird's mines. So it's suspicious why Lady Rosalind is adamant wanting to be the Duchess. Selena agonized, shifting her eyes to Calcion in the end. Calcion was puzzled about Selena's intense stare. Selena was thinking hard what could be the other reason about Rosalind's intentions. She then told Calcion that maybe because he was handsome, but Calcion quickly denied it. Selena began spouting nonsense reasons to Calcion, as she was having fun teasing him. In the end, Calcion gave up and played along with Selena, saying those reasons might be possible. Selena giggled. The atmosphere of the Duke's room lightened up, and is not tense now. Calcion continued sorting out the letters, and found an important one. Selena read that the golden sealed envelope was from Crown Prince Layson, and Calcion was impressed. Selena joked around about the imperial family, but apologized afterwards as Calcion seemed unhappy. That's because the crown prince cannot be ignored, of course. The prince was of a higher rank than a duke, meaning Duke Calcion must attend the summons, but Prince Layson doesn't like Lenbird because he can't control it. An ambitious person who is seeking to climb up to the throne. If Prince Layson can't have Lenbird Kingdom directly under him, maybe he will make excuses when Calcion can't attend. The letter was an invitation to the 300th anniversary of the Empire, so Calcion had no choice but to attend. Selena cheered Calcion up. Calcion can only sigh, as it will be hard to make a justification to refuse. It was also a good chance to allow Selena to join the Central Society and find the criminal. But how would Calcion act his part when he seemed flustered? Just after having a simple glance towards Selena, who was wearing a light garment, Selena stood up and slowly approached Calcion on her tiptoes. All of a sudden, Selena sat on Calcion's lap. It was not difficult for Calcion to notice her, but Selena's act of sitting on his lap was neither predictable nor preventable. Afterwards, Selena pleaded Calcion that she also wants to go to the royal capital while in that position. Within just a single second, Calcion felt his heart pound like an athlete. Selena, who was sitting on his lap, didn't just stop with that. She pleaded Calcion in a cute and endearing manner. Calcion stuttered in his words while agreeing to Selena's request. He felt shivers running down his spine that were so unfamiliar to him. However, not long after, Selena berated Calcion that he can't act. True enough, Calcion can't even manage to keep a straight face and survive Selena's seduction. Calcion breathed heavily and leaned his head against the sofa. After Selena jumped out his lap, she hurriedly hopped on the bed to sleep, and buried herself under a soft quilt. Meanwhile, Calcion was still in a daze. He can't believe what just happened. He covered his eyes with his arm. It felt like his eyes and body were burning. He had never been this embarrassed when he faced the other ladies, who tried to hug him or even kiss him. Morning came. A maid in Thailand's uniform sent a message inviting Selena to a tea party by Lady Rosalind. However, a big dilemma came in. Selena has no extra formal dresses to wear. The other maids also weren't informed beforehand, since Duke Calcion didn't instruct them. Selena informed the maid that she can't attend, because she has no other dresses. The maid tried convincing Selena that it's rude to refuse, but Selena only shrugged her shoulders at her. The anxious eyes of the maid carefully scanned Selena, and delivered a message as her last hope, and that is for Selena to come no matter what, even if she's wearing rags. Selena knew Rosalind was planning to increase the chances of her getting attacked. Now that Selena was provoked to this extent, she was thinking how to pay Rosalind back. She was also concerned about the maid. The maid might get punished if she doesn't go. In the end, Selena decided to accept Lady Rosalind's invitation. After all, she came up with a brilliant idea just now since Lady Rosalind kept annoying her. Outside the palace balcony, the sun is already up brightly. Lady Rosalind was waiting when she noticed that someone arrived. However, Rosalind couldn't bring up her next words to greet the person who just arrived, since she was greatly shocked. Obviously, it was Selena. Rosalind's bewildered gaze inadvertently scanned Selena's body, while Selena smirked as Rosalind flinched by what she was seeing. And that's because what Selena was wearing right now was the thin garment that she wore last night. Lady Rosalind quickly scolded Selena for being rude by not wearing formal clothes into a tea party. Selena gave an indifferent attitude, saying that she has no other clothes to wear. Selena then rolled her eyes. inwardly giving a cold smile before saying that the previous clothes that she wore were ripped by Duke Calcion last night. Lady Rosalind couldn't bring up her next words in her mouth. Whether Selena's words were true or not, it made her jealous and angry. That Selena might already have slept with Calcion and made love. Also, Selena was deliberately wearing a seductive night dress right now, which might also be an indication. Lady Rosalind tried to compose herself and insulted Selena's clothes. Every time the breeze touched Selena, the thin cloth wrapped around her body revealed her fair, smooth skin and figure. With curves at the perfect places, her physique was top tier. No matter how promiscuous a person was in the capital city, they never showed such blatant appearances to each other. Still, it was not difficult for Selena to adjust to that trendy level of Lady Rosalind's criticism. Selena then reminded Rosalind that they will be meeting each other more, so she should be careful with her words. Rosalind's eyes glowed as if she just had a gunshot at her chest. She told Selena that she is going back to the royal capital, so they won't meet for a long time. However, Selena's next words made Rosalind skip a beat. Selena will also be going to the capital. Selena announced it to Lady Rosalind to surprise her. It was true that she wanted Rosalind to get jealous, but she didn't think she would fight her back. So, this was Selena's other card. Rosalind's eyes widened at her words, and could only speak after a few moments. She couldn't believe that Duke Calcion agreed at Selena's request. Rosalind asked it again, since introducing Selena to the noble society as Calcion's lover would be giving up his dignity. However, Selena grinned as she replied that she already sat at Calcion's lap, so dignity doesn't matter. Fire broke out in Rosalind's eyes and her chest. Unable to talk anymore, she only glared at Selena in horror and slammed at the table in the end. Lady Rosalind scolded Selena for being vulgar but was interrupted because someone suddenly arrived. Rosalind turned her head towards the unexpected guest. It was Duke Calcion who just arrived. Lady Rosalind nervously greeted him. As soon as Rosalind's eyes spotted Calcion, she got up from her seat, quickly straightening her face. Whatever one might say, the situation was stark. It clearly seemed that she was harassing Selena. Whether it worked or not, Lady Rosalind's dignity and justification were more important. However, Selena was faster. Tears rolled down her cheeks within a second. Rosalind gritted her teeth. Selena just worsened Rosalind's current situation. By the time Calcion reached the place, Selena's whole face was already covered with tears. Uttering in a tearful voice, Selena ran to him and hugged him. She was as desperate as if she had just met her long-lost lover after 1,000 years. However, all of this was just an act. In fact, Selena already sent a letter to inform Calcion and come to this place before coming here. Duke Calcion bit his lips. He was clearly angry this time. Calcion glared at Rosalind with an unpleasant look and called her name in a cold tone. He then warned Lady Rosalind that this is not a place that she can just do whatever she pleases. As if his sharp eyes were almost spatting. How dare you openly harass the woman I brought in my castle? Rosalind barely spoke up, gritting on her molars. Even her excuses were already running out, so she can only back down. Although Calcion rushed in after immediately hearing the news, he never imagined that such a situation would arise. This time, Selena gave him the message, and that's why he could intervene in the situation. But what would have happened if he didn't know? His heart felt as though it would burn at the thought of the events that could have happened out of his sight. In an instant, the atmosphere began to resolve around Calcion, having the power to overwhelm the atmosphere. Just by Duke Calcion's presence, Selena intended to strike more. Selena exhaled and moved her face, burying deeper into Calcion's chest, and spoke that she was cold. Finally, Calcion moved at Selena's subsequent entreaties. He wrapped his cape around Selena and lifted her up, carrying her by his embrace. Calcion ended the party with his authority and strode back the way he had come. Lady Rosalind can only gnash her teeth as Calcion, and Selena left without minding her. Selena celebrated inwardly about her perfect victory. dealing with Lady Rosalind. Of course, Selena did not forget to take a last glimpse at Rosalind and tease her, who was standing fixated on her place. She raised her hand and put a middle finger sign. This sign might not be known to this world, but it will still definitely offend someone. In this case, it was Lady Rosalind who showed her enraged and menacing face afterwards. Even such childishness sometimes made the opponent very angry. After the confrontation, Selena was lavish in her praise. She was nearly out of ideas before she suddenly hugged this man and started to whine at Rosalind aggressively. Selena can't believe that Calcion executed the act properly, though she didn't know that Calcion wasn't acting. She was worried about Calcion's bad acting, but that scene just now was very satisfactory. A slight grin formed in Duke Calcion's face, but Selena didn't notice it. After letting her sit on the sofa, Calcion raised his eyes at Selena's smiling face and told her that he already called tailors to make exclusive dresses for her. However, there was one more pressing matter that Calcion has to tackle. Duke Calcion reminded Selena that she will be meeting more nobles, since she will be going to the capital, and even with Selena's superb acting, there might be times that she will face more dangerous opponents. Calcion decided to give Selena another weapon to face those scheming nobles. That's right, it was knowledge. As they say, knowledge is power. Calcion plans to prepare Selena with social skills, etiquettes, and basic culture as much as she can within 20 days. Selena was surprised. She thought that she will be keeping an image of an uncultured and vulgar commoner. Calcion then told Selena that it's necessary to know the noble's way of conversing and other social cues. That did make sense for Selena. It was necessary if they had to gather information or create a disturbance, if they had to hide from their enemies and catch them off guard. Calcion also told Selena that there's another reason, which she thought that it's about his reputation. She thought that the Duke's fame won't be sullied, even if she acted in a vulgar manner. However, Calcion told Selena that it's not like that at all. He just don't want her be ignored by other nobles, because she didn't know their way of communicating. Selena was dazed for a moment. It might have sounded sweet, but the person who said it was not acting accordingly. It was the dense Calcion who have said it after all. Selena asked Calcion if he already learned the noble's secret social conversation. Calcion said no, he didn't have to learn until now. It wasn't necessary for a person who had little to care about the small rules in a society, as he could rub the law roughly. Still, Selena insisted that they should learn it together. She felt as if she is wrong to study it alone. Selena then goes on a rant to persuade Calcion, since they will be a team from now on. Perhaps Calcion was starting to fall for her charms as he was slowly convinced by Selena's reasoning. In the end, Calcion had no choice but to agree upon Selena's insistent pestering. However, Selena added something as she suddenly got a bright idea. She declared to make a bet with Calcion. Calcion was confused as to what bet Selena is talking about, since he only knows about duels. Selena roughly explained that it's like getting a compliment sticker or trophy, but Calcion still didn't get it. Calcion was called delinquent by Selena, since he didn't even know such things when getting a good grade. Well, Selena pretended to not believe Calcion's claim that he was a good student. In order to hype things up, Selena wanted to make a bet to see who will learn noble social manners first. Calcion played along with Selena's competitiveness and asked what bet it is. Selena replied that whoever the two of them learns the noble's secret communication first will be granted a wish. Calcion readily agreed. He is slightly confident since Selena doesn't know much about this world. Selena chuckled at him as she was also confident that she can learn things easily. Now, the game is on. The two of them seemed eager to win. They have 20 days to learn before departing to the royal capital for the Empire's foundation party. Selena just arrived in this world a few days ago. and she is determined to learn about this world. After discussing things, Selena was tired and wanted to take a rest. "And we'll just wait the tailors later," but Calcion interjected. His explanation of what would happen if the tailors didn't hurry was omitted, but it was effective than any other threat. As ordered, the tailor soon rushed in clumsily and kicked the door forcefully. The tailor, who just came in running on his thin feet, had no time to catch his breath. The young man greeted the Duke upon arriving, while he was still heavily huffing and panting. Selena can only sympathize with the tailor. Calcion didn't even care to greet him formally. People usually say words like, "I've heard of your great talents," but Calcion didn't even consider giving him a compliment. Devon, the tailor, quickly took out his tools to start measuring. However, the one he is measuring the sizes was Calcion, which made Calcion surprised. Devon managed to get Calcion's measurements in just a few moments, and was even delighted about it. Calcion's eyes sank coldly, as if piercing into the tailor's soul. Devon, who has no idea that it should be Selena that he should be measuring, was grabbed by Calcion. Calcion told the tailor that he was ordering dresses, and not suits this time, but Devon was still oblivious. Calcion's voice sounded very identical to the time when he was about to pull out his sword. Selena immediately mediated so that the situation won't get worse. It seemed that the tailor whom Calcion contacted this time was also an airhead. Selena stepped in and explained that the dresses will be for her. Calcion also calmed down and let her take over. Well, Calcion did not have much respect for others, but he let things go this time. Devon hurriedly thanked Selena for interfering and saving him. The tailor was respectful, even though he didn't hear Selena's exact introduction. His level of being self-conscious was great. Soon, the tailor moved the tape measure with a skilled hand. But Selena's concern was something else. It was Duke Calcion who was eagerly watching. Calcion was seen sitting on the sofa throughout the entire time. He was acting like a mountain leech who was stuck to her and couldn't be chased away. Selena was uncomfortable, but she can only bite the bullet. After all the measurements were taken, they went on to choose the design and the fabric. Selena jokingly said that the tailor should do his best. Devon promised that he will make Selena the most beautiful lady. The tailor sure had the art of being heavenly hospitable. It made Selena laugh and be at ease. However, Selena went over to Calcion and made another joke. That Calcion said that she was the most beautiful when naked. Chills ran down through Calcion's spine. He was caught off guard since he didn't say those words at all. Meanwhile, Selena was delighted with her successful prank. Tailor Devon can only awkwardly praise their relationship, since he doesn't know that Selena was just acting. The tailor answered with a smile. However, Selena did not miss the hidden secret behind that smile. She asked Devon why would he remain here on Lenbird instead of go into the capital. Devon replied that it was because of money. Wherever he works, the number of dresses he can make is always the same. So wouldn't it be nice to be at a place where he can easily make a lot of money? Afterwards, they started working on the details of the dresses, the design, the fabric, and the trend. As if he caught on Selena's message, Devon asked to confirm if Selena will be entering the Society of the Nobles. The tailor then handed an illustration of the types of dresses that are trendy in the royal capital. Selena liked the designs. Devon proposed to make different colors of the same type of dress, since Selena liked it. However, Selena doesn't like the idea of having the same design because it's like being mass-produced. Devon only proposed that idea because Calcion's mother used to do that. The previous Duchess chose her favorite dress, depending to her mood, and discard the rest. Selena could only curse under her breath about the luxury of some crazy rich people. Even back in her original world, the level of extravagance of those people can be considered as pollution. Selena had never saved money on her clothes or accessories, but she didn't waste this much. A waste of resources and manpower does not mean luxury to her. A part of her wanted to spend Calcion's money blindly. but she couldn't answer such things when she found herself in that situation. However, Duke Calcion has a different perspective. He stepped in and told the tailor to do 7 types, instead of just 5 dresses with the same design. Devon even proposed to have 10 types of colors, in which Calcion readily approved. Clearly stunned, Selena opened her lips and tried to explain that there is a certain color that suits each design. The tailor's eyes glistened as if he was saying, "You've appreciated my design." Selena concluded that there should be only 1 dress for each design. Calcion's eyebrows wiggled unpleasantly. He told Selena that the fundamentals of aristocracy includes a certain amount of luxury. Selena got into thinking how to deal with this situation. And after a few moments, she thought of a brilliant idea. She was motivated by creativity. Value usually came from scarcity. What idea of Selena could it be that will make the dress more valuable and luxurious other than mass-producing it?
That's all, folks. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment down below, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will be posting more videos about good reads you may like, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. See you soon.